We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. The Baltimore Board of Estimates is approving new salaries for 2 city positions. We'll see how the pay compares to that of police and other first responders. And we are on weather alert. A code red air quality alert is in effect for much of the viewing area. How long the health hazard will last, that's coming up. And we're following the developing story out of Virginia, a mass shooting at a high school graduation. What we're learning about the number of victims and their ages. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thank you for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news. City police are now confirming a mother who was found dead on the side of I-95 last year was murdered. Danielle Parnell was found dead just days after her toddler son was killed in a row home fire. 3-year-old Maroyle Bennett was killed in an April 2022 fire along Vancouver Road in southwest Baltimore. Police now say they believe that Parnell was killed at that same time. The medical examiner is ruling her death a homicide. Detectives are asking anyone with information to contact them. We are also following breaking news out of Aberdeen. Police are investigating an early morning shooting on Hanover Street. One person was taken to the hospital. Police say a suspect is in custody and there is no threat to the community. Just in, Baltimore's Board of Estimates approves a new salary for the leader of Safe Streets. They're also okaying an $80,000 a year salary for the driver of Baltimore's new Peacemobile. Fox 45 News did some research on other public safety salaries, and according to Salary.com, an average paramedic in Baltimore makes less than $50,000. BPD says their starting salary for an officer is just more than $60,000. And a newly hired assistant state's attorney prosecutor in Baltimore earns less than $75,000. All three are less than the Peacemobile job. Today's Board of Estimates meeting comes after a long night at City Hall last night. As Shannon Lilly explains, Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison and his staff were front and center with the City Council's Ways and Means Committee.
Well, Police Commissioner Michael Harrison is asking for a boost to his budget as officers across the city continue to work to try to fight the ongoing crime. In fact, take a look at this. The Baltimore Police Department's proposed budget for the next fiscal year is nearly $600 million. That's about a 2.5% increase over last year. Meanwhile, Harrison says violent crime is down. He says they've reduced the homicide rate by 17.2% and the non-fatal shooting rate by 7.8%. But despite crime numbers trending in the right direction, council members still have a lot of questions for the commissioner. So let's take a listen to some of that back and forth.
In the police department, what needs to shift in order to reduce the likelihood that someone's going to use a gun?
What needs to shift is not just in the police department. What needs to shift is in how we as a city change why a person think they, number one, have to carry a gun.
There's still very high crime and high violent areas. Can you speak to what we're doing as an alternative for those types of deployment strategies? I just don't see the success.
Tri-district is just that stubborn area that has been our worst microzone since we started doing the microzones. So, and we've sent several teams there.
The commissioner says his officers are up for the job, despite this department being severely understaffed and down hundreds of officers. Reporting from police headquarters, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
If you want to read more about last night's hearing, as well as the other hearings at City Hall this past week, head to our website at foxbaltimore.com. New details now about the city's juvenile crime crisis and the 18-year-old who police say shot and killed a man at a T-Mobile store last month in Canton. Arthur McCaden has now been indicted for that shooting. And with the indictment, we are learning more about his alleged violent past. Olivia Dance brings us a closer look at new surveillance video.
18-year-old Arthur McCaden went on a nearly 2-week-long crime spree that eventually escalated at this T-Mobile here in Canton. Now, McCaden and his 14-year-old brother robbed the store on April 30th. During the robbery, 23-year-old Fabian Sanchez Gonzalez, an employee at the T-Mobile, was shot and killed. But that armed robbery is one of 5 that police say McCaden committed, some with the help of his younger brother. On April 18th, he robbed a T-Mobile in Hamden. Then 2 weeks later, on April 25th, the T-Mobile store in downtown Baltimore. Hours later, the T-Mobile in Highlandtown. Surveillance video shows McCaden pointing a gun at the employee. 5 days later, on April 30th, police in New Jersey say McCaden and his brother robbed a Best Buy at gunpoint. The department releasing video from that showing McCaden wearing a blue tracksuit. Hours later, wearing that same tracksuit, McCaden robbed the T-Mobile here in Canton, killing Sanchez Gonzalez. One manager is emotional, thinking about how Fabian lost his life.
I'm working for a cell phone company for more than... I can talk right now. I'm shook up. Since then, I'm not in a peace. I keep remembering the T-Mobile employee. My heart goes out to the family, and may he rest in peace, the guy. But he shouldn't come out.
As you just heard, that manager is emotional and says she easily could have shared the same fate. Back here at the T-Mobile in Canton, you can see there's still a memorial up for Fabian as the community is remembering him. And as far as McCaden, he'll be back in court on July 3rd at 9 a.m. For now, reporting in Canton, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Making headlines, police in Richmond, Virginia are investigating a mass shooting that happened after a high school graduation ceremony. A graduating senior and his father were killed. 5 other people shot. The shooting happened just as the graduation ceremony was letting out.
People were having panic attacks, falling on the ground, screaming. One child was hit by a car. So this was a very chaotic scene.
Police have arrested a 19-year-old as a possible suspect. They believe the individual knew at least one of the victims. Police are currently reviewing security footage from cameras near the scene. You can download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, new debate is growing online after some people said they keep their butter on the counter, not in the fridge. We're going to share what health experts say about that. Starbucks is expanding offerings of its new olive oil-infused lattes. But first, the race for the White House is getting more crowded. The 2 new candidates throwing their hats into the ring and how voters are reacting.
And we're dealing with poor air quality once again. We're in the unhealthy range under a code red air quality alert. I'll let you know when conditions are forecast to improve coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Taking a look at your social stream, the race for the White House is becoming a more crowded one. 2 new Republicans now throwing their hat in the ring. Former Vice President Mike Pence joining the growing field of GOP presidential hopefuls. He released his campaign video this morning declaring his candidacy. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum also joining the race. He made the announcement this morning in Fargo. And just yesterday, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie joined the crowded GOP primary field. This is what you're saying about it. Dan says, I like Mike Pence a lot. I like Ron DeSantis a lot. As a registered Republican, I am concerned that too many decent candidates will enter the race and we will end up with a disaster. If the Republicans don't win the White House, House of Representatives, and Senate in the next election, we are done. Another person, Dustin, saying, I don't see a scenario where either Trump or DeSantis isn't the Republican candidate in 2024. To be honest, I barely see a scenario where anyone but Trump is. Joran Vandersloot, the main suspect in the disappearance of Natalee Holloway, is fighting his extradition. He is set to be returned to America tomorrow so he can stand trial on extortion and wire fraud charges. But he has long been believed to be tied to the 2005 disappearance of Natalee Holloway. Vandersloot is currently serving a 28-year sentence in Peru for the 2010 murder of a different college student. Here's reaction to that. One person saying, fingers crossed, he gets charged for extortion and fraud while temporarily being in the U.S. The longer we can keep him off the streets, the better. Then you've got Wendy, though, who says, I honestly don't know why we want to transfer someone that's already in a foreign jail to our country so that we can pay $50,000 a year to keep him in our prison. That seems ridiculous to me. If he was free, that might be different, but he was already in jail. But he was in jail for someone else's murder. Now he has to stand trial for what's related to the other one, the extortion and wire fraud. Starbucks is expanding offerings of its new and somewhat controversial olive oil infused coffee drinks. Previously, the drinks were only available in 4 states, but now they're being rolled out to more. The drink line launched in March to somewhat negative reviews. The combination of oil and coffee reportedly caused digestion problems for some people. Chloe says, I will drink gasoline before ordering that olive oil Starbucks. One other person saying, I tried a Starbucks Oleato coffee latte today. It was okay. The flavor's mild. I enjoyed how the olive oil and oat milk worked together to build a velvety texture in the blonde espresso. Glad I got it hot. Cold would be unpleasant. No need to repeat the experience, though. Well, washing your hands sounds simple enough, but apparently not many people know how to do it correctly. Still ahead, the dirty truth about America's hand washing habits. But first, shocking new details about what led up to the deadly crash on the Baltimore Beltway last March. Coming up, just how fast police say one of those drivers was going. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14). We are back with a live look outside. Certain groups might want to stay inside today. We are under a code red alert due to poor air quality conditions. Coming up, we're going to check in with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax to see how long these weather conditions last. Continuing coverage now of that horrific crash on the Baltimore Beltway that killed 6 people. Both drivers involved in that March crash have now been indicted. One of the drivers involved is facing 28 charges. Prosecutors say 20-year-old Malachi Brown was going more than 120 miles an hour before the crash.
Because I believe that he is indeed a threat to the community. It's that type of driving that resulted in the death of 6 individuals.
Brown was released on home detention with an ankle monitor. Maryland State Police are trying to locate and bring in the second driver involved. She was injured in the crash and is now accused of driving under the influence and speeding. Making headlines another day, another recall. Earlier this week, Lincoln announced that it is recalling some SUVs because of fire risk. Then Tuesday, it was Tesla. They recalled some Model Y cars. Now Ford is recalling thousands of hybrids for a second time. That's after the first recall failed to address a fire hazard. Now, this round includes 125,000 of the most recent years of Escapes, Mavericks, and Corsairs. Their gas engines can leak oil or vapors, and those can catch fire when they come into contact with hot parts of the compartment. A new warning about once popular infant loungers that were recalled after multiple babies died. Despite being deemed unsafe, many are still being sold on the secondary market. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the boppy newborn loungers can no longer be legally sold, but thousands of them can be found on Facebook Marketplace. The pillows have been linked to 10 infant deaths. The recall was issued back in 2021. Coming up later tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, the City Council President pushing back on plans to crack down on low-level crimes. We're looking into why he believes it might not help stop violence in Baltimore. Then at 5, despite shootings and homicides on the decline citywide, one area is seeing a surge in violence. We're looking into what's causing the bloodshed in southeast Baltimore. And then at 6, is he looking to leave? A heated back and forth at City Hall over Police Commissioner Michael Harrison's future with the Baltimore Police Department. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. A dirty secret is being revealed. A new survey finds 45% of adults do not use soap when they wash their hands. The survey shows 93% of Americans believe that hand washing is important to staying healthy, but 45% admit they just rinse their hands with water. They skip the soap. The survey also found that 65% of respondents have a negative impression of people who pass over soap. Doctors say washing your hands with warm soap and water reduces disease-causing organisms from spreading. Lady T with Be More Lifestyle is here now. So what happened to when you know better, you do better? Because they know it, 95% know it, but only 45% do it.
Yeah, in triflations in the Bible, it says, thou shalt wash their hands. And apparently, I don't understand. If you know you're supposed to do this, why not do it? And it's so easy. They say that it's 20 seconds, right? So it's like the same amount of time as it takes to sing happy birthday. So, or you could sing, I don't care what you sing, you could sing Back That Thing Up for all I care. But it just takes 20 seconds, the chorus, okay? And you just wash your hands. It's so quick and easy. We had a whole pandemic. I feel like we should know this by now. And get the,
I agree.
And get the dirt under the nails, too. You got to get everything.
We shouldn't have needed the pandemic to know it. But then what are you doing when you just when you just rinse it underwater? Because now I feel like you just rinse it underwater and then you dry them off on a towel. And now, like, if it's a towel you're going to reuse, now that towel is dirty because you didn't really wash anything off.
It's so gross because when I think of rinsing, I'm thinking of when you rinse a cup. And I'm like, you know, you were just trying to get the top of the dirt off when you just rinse. You're not getting the full foundation, you know?
You wouldn't do your dishes that way. You wouldn't just rinse them with water after you're going to wash them.
Well, you want to rinse them before you put them inside the dishwasher. So sort of something else does the work. You know what I'm saying? Obviously.
I got you.
Something else did the work. But hopefully those people using hand sanitizer after they just rinse those hands. I don't.
Something. This is why you don't shake hands. Just
we're good. This is why we go back to the elbow bump. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Patrice.
We are on weather alert today. Parts of the Baltimore area are under a code red for air quality. For a closer look at the current conditions and how long this is going to last, let's get over to meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. It's been a mess, Jasmine.
That's right, Patrice. It's been awful yesterday. Today, it's even worse. We've got temperatures at 74. Not too bad, but notice in the background, it's very hazy. You can barely see anything. Our visibility down to 2 miles. It's lower than what it was yesterday as we continue to deal with unhealthy air quality. Notice the Baltimore and Washington areas in that unhealthy range, but then we see hazardous as we look toward parts of New York and Canada where that wildfire smoke is coming from. It's moving down through the region, and it's prompted a code red air quality alert for all of the areas shaded in gray, including parts of Montgomery and Howard counties. So if you have to be outside, just make sure that you are avoiding strenuous activities and try to limit your time outdoors. Otherwise, temperatures mainly in the 70s this morning. As we head into the afternoon, we reach the low 80s. Temperatures will start to decline through Friday, and we'll also have declining air or improving air quality. The numbers will drop, so that's good news for us. As we head into the afternoon, we stay dry with the cold front lingering over the region. Behind that cold front, we've got winds out of the northwest. That's bringing some of that smoke into the region. But as we head into the day tomorrow, things start to improve. We're looking at clear skies to start, possibly a few stray showers along parts of the eastern shore and into southern Maryland. Rain chances will pick up as we head later into the day, primarily affecting the eastern shore and still southern Maryland. Most of us stay dry. As we head into Friday, it looks pretty good. We'll have better air quality conditions that day. We'll be back to the moderate range. This afternoon, temperatures reach the upper 70s and the low 80s, and we remain hazy with patchy smoke across the region. As we head into the day tomorrow, we're in that orange range, unhealthy for sensitive groups, and then moderate on Friday. That's when we see that improvement. As we head into Thursday, temperatures will be around 79, mid-70s with a chance for a few showers and storms on Friday, 80s on Saturday and Sunday. Then as we start the work week, we've got another chance for rain and storms. Back to you.
This Fox 45 News segment is sponsored by Chime Medical Center.
It is that time of year that we celebrate Dad, and you could win extra spending money every day from now until June 15th. Grab your phone to scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. Play our Father's Day Pop Quiz Trivia Contest. Get the question right, and you could win the daily prize of a $100 Visa gift card. So again, just scan the QR code to get to the Father's Day Pop Quiz Trivia question of the day. Good luck. What's still ahead? Getting away this summer? The record amount of money Americans are expected to spend on summer vacations this year. But first, birth control for cats. We're going to tell you about the new non-invasive method that could help control the feral cat population. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. A reminder to leash your dog. The United States Post Office is out with its annual list of states with the most dog bites against its carriers. California and Texas top the list with the highest number of dog bites. USPS says it recorded 675 attacks in the Golden State, while Texas totaled 404. USPS says more than 5,300 employees were attacked by dogs last year. The post office reports this list every year as the beginning of National Dog Bite Awareness Week begins. So how can you help? USPS says the best thing to do is to keep your pets on a leash behind the fence, inside your home, and away from the door. A new study finds there could be a new way to help curb populations of feral cats. Instead of surgical sterilization, the feral cats could be injected with a long-lasting contraceptive. A study found cats who received the birth control shot stopped ovulating for at least 2 years, meaning they couldn't have kittens. And despite tough economic times, a lot of people are getting ready to splurge to get away. A new survey finds Americans are planning to spend $214 billion on summer vacations this year. That is 10% more than last year, and it marks a new record. Time now for your lunch break. Mayor Brandon Scott is kicking off Pride Month celebrations in Baltimore. The mayor will be joined at City Hall around 6 tonight by the Office of LGBTQ Affairs and other city leaders. They're unveiling an art exhibition that features the works of 25 artists. That's all we have time for on Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Lady T, back to tell us what they're working on.
Hey, Patrice. All right, so Chrissy Teigen says she spiraled after a DNA test said she had a secret twin. The calls to families she made before figuring out it was all a big mix-up. Be More Lifestyle is on next. Stay tuned. Hey. What's up, Baltimore? I'm Lady T, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. All right, so Di Weasel is here with us, along with actor Dominique Fox, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, y'all. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
I'm excited. All right, let me tell you right now. Okay, so Chrissy Teigen is sharing this hilarious story of how she thought she had a secret twin. In an Instagram story, she says she did an at-home DNA test, and it said that she had a 100% biological match for a sister. Oh, wow. She says she called the family spiral for a good 24 hours before her sister reminded her of a DNA test that they did as part of a TV show that never aired. Teigen says the twin is, in fact, her. I'm so disappointed. You went all out. You were so mad, and then it turned out to be your own DNA, sis. How do you not know that? I mean, it would be cool if she had a secret twin, but I mean, that's kind of weird too. All right, I'm gonna throw it to Diamond because you got a secret twin out there that we don't know about, sir?
Actually, I do. It's my brother, though.
Oh, okay, that's not a secret twin. That's not a secret.
He looked exactly like me. No, we're not twins, but he looked exactly like me. His name is Jamaica. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Having a person who looks exactly like you.
Okay.
He's kind of handsome.
Oh, he's just a little bit less handsome. Dominic, what do you think?
I feel like we all have a little twin that look like us. You know,
yeah.
I get that all the time.
Really?
Whether it's like you look like somebody, you look like this actor. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
Just lie and be like, yes. If it's Denzel, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I definitely, I look like Denzel.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
I am him.
Jasmine, what's your secret twin at?
Oh my gosh. I think my secret twin might be my dad or my aunt. Everyone says I look just like them.
Okay.
Otherwise,
well,
I
you
don't
came
know
from
who
out
looks
of them,
like
so
me.
that's good.
Not my aunt though. I didn't come from
you didn't come through auntie. That's right. You're right. Okay, you might have something there. Okay, well, up next, you guys, a new trend on TikTok is dividing the internet. So some people say that they store their butter not in the fridge, but they put it on the kitchen counter. So can y'all do that? The FDA recommends butter only. It should be refrigerated or unrefrigerated for a day or two, but some chefs call the, I guess, guidance outdated. I've never heard of this, y'all. I've never heard of this. If you leave the butter outside, doesn't it melt into what, lobster? What you put on your lobsters or your crabs, obviously, or butter sauce? What you want is butter sauce is what I'm hearing. I don't understand. Daiwi?
No, so
School us.
Yeah, so I don't know. In the hood, it's kind of different, right? So we kind of set the butter
We
out.
just upset every mom out there just now. They was like, you let not need no butter on my table.
No,
Come
but
on.
no, I set butter out.
Okay.
It didn't fully melt. It was just
What did it do?
super soft.
Okay,
As
that
a matter
was-
of fact, it was the dish that we used to sit it into. I remember it was glass.
That was government butter. All right, so Dominique.
I'm not opposed to the butter board. Why not have a little butter? I'm not opposed
Well, butter
to it.
boards are good,
like,
but you don't want it to melt.
I mean, you know, you go
melted
out to
butter.
a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, you put the butter out. You dip it with the bread. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta have the warm bread.
Yeah.
And you know,
That's true.
it's always sitting out by the time
you've
you
been
finish
at
your
Olive
meal.
Garden. That's
You know, you
it's
finish your
given.
meal, the butter's still out and the butter's still good. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
we love our butter, y'all.
For me, it's not sitting overnight.
Yeah. Okay, that's true too. We're not sitting overnight.
Couple
Okay,
hours,
that makes sense.
you know.
That makes sense. All right, Jasmine, school is sis. I don't know.
I mean, I think butter belongs in the refrigerator. This is just another thing people are talking about. You know, you have the people that leave their ketchup out. I don't do that.
Yeah.
You have the people who leave their mayonnaise out. I don't do that either.
Right.
Everything goes in the refrigerator.
Jasmine said it's giving lazy. Y'all just don't want to put it in. Y'all left it outside and then forgot all about it. Okay, well, we want you to tell it. Do you store your butter in the fridge or on the counter? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we're going to see what everybody thinks. Okay, an Australian teen is going viral for her luggage hack. Now, it didn't exactly work, but it's getting some laughs. Okay, so the girl says when she got to the airport, she realized her luggage was over the weight limit. So instead of paying the overweight bag fee, she decided to wear all her clothes. She layers the shirts on top of each other, had multiple pairs of pants on, but the hack didn't fly with the airline, and she had to pay the baggage fee after all. I mean, it gave me a little laugh. I feel like this would be great if you were a thief and stealing from a store, but but not getting on a flight. You don't do this. I don't know. I wouldn't do it if I'm getting flued out. I just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to impress the guy when I get there. Dominique, are you doing all this to avoid a baggage fee? You travel a lot.
I do travel a lot, but I'm not doing that hack because you gotta walk through TSA, and then if you can get away with that, you can get away with anything.
Anything.
She had like a laptop in the front of her.
Oh, where did she put that? That was
she put it right,
just right in there. Okay,
right
come
in
on
there.
now. Okay, it's given. Jasmine, are y'all doing it?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You do it? Well, you're gonna do that?
Those overweight bag fees are crazy.
Okay,
So
yeah, they are.
expensive.
It's true. They try to get you a little extra something.
Well, I usually don't packed very heavy, so I haven't had that problem much. But I don't know. If
that was like, I buy my clothes there. He said, I buy my clothes there, baby. What do you mean? Okay. When you got money, who cares? Okay, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, man.
All right. So still ahead, typically when you go to the gym, the focus is your body, but that's not the only focus at the gym. Coming up, we'll take you to a local gym where the focus is your mind. But first, summer is here and it's prime time to be outside, but it's also prime time for those bug bites. Coming up, a new way to keep the pests away. Stay tuned.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
All right, spending a summer night outdoors, enjoying a meal, or chatting with friends is fantastic until the bugs show up. Julie Moran is here with a handy way to knock those pests right out of the sky. Here she is with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You know, I live in the South, and we love to sit outside and entertain. And the only problem is, I don't like insects. Who does? Pesky bugs. Let me introduce you to the 2-in-1 Zapper by Magic Mesh. We just love grilling. We love all outdoor activities. And your kids won't complain about bugs. Won't that be great? Who wants to sit outside and there be bugs? Well, this is rechargeable and it's electric. You can slip it under the chair and keep it there in case you see a pest. And that's where the red light comes into effect. There are no chemicals, no sticky sprays, no smell. Love that there's no smell. Well, you can put it to the side of the grill or by a plant and just keep it there. And it also can go in the docking base. And that's when it turns from a swatter to a mosquito zapper. And that is where you're going to have a blue light, a UV blue light come into effect. And so it's durable, it's good quality, it holds a charge for hours of swatting. Your kids are going to think this is really fun. Right now, we're offering 33% off on the Magic Mesh 2-in-1 Zapper. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer. I promise you, you and your family are going to totally enjoy all your outdoor activities.
When most of us think about boxing, we think physical. Boxing, running, sparring, jumping rope. But at this Umar gym, actually the focus is on the mind. And I'm here with the creator, the operator, the owner, Marvin McDowell. Coach, how you doing?
Hey, I'm fantastic. I'm even better now that you're here, man.
Look at you, man. You look like you can still get in the ring.
Oh, I still can. You know, I still can throw. You know.
So let's talk about your program, No Hooks Before Books.
When I first was putting this program together, now we've been operating for the past 27 years. And I saw back then that the kids would be lacking in education and then the gun violence, you know. And see, one of my mottos is put the guns down, put the gloves up, you know. And no hooks before books with the educational part, you know. So I saw that ahead of time. So the way things were rolling, you know, these kids, it seemed like they wasn't gonna have a future, man. Boxing saved me. I want to save these kids in a similar fashion, man.
Well, tell us about the program. So what happens, you have I see the student area, the study area, the school area. So what happens, they get off school and they come in?
Yeah, so the kids that's from 6 to 13, it's mandatory for them to be in the educational component before they come to the boxing. We have Baltimore City certified school teachers that work with them, math, reading, writing. The best boxers are the smart boxers, the ones that think, count, move, step around, And we just want to erase that stereotype. So when they come here, a lot of people come here and see the kids in the classroom and ask, do they box? Yeah, everybody boxes. It's a boxing gym. That's why they're here.
So what's the secret? You have a safe haven for young people in a city that faces many challenges. You've been doing this for how many years?
This is 27th year.
27th year. What is the secret?
We have kids that are bullied. We have kids that are the bulliers. We have kids that, don't really have a man in their life, a father type in their life. We just a safe haven and they can get it from us.
So, Coach, 27 plus years of service in the community. How can our viewers get involved? How can they help?
Our website is nohooksbeforebooks.org, and we have a GoFundMe page there too. And I'm saying they can come and volunteer, I'm saying we open for the community. Any help that can be provided, we need it, we want it.
Well, look, Coach Marvin McDowell, brother, I just want to thank you for 27 plus years of serving the community. We actually stand on your shoulders. I knew you when you didn't have any of the gray.
Yeah, well.
But thank you so much for what you do, man. We appreciate you. You are a hero in our community.
Thank you.
Still ahead, it's something all pet owners want to do. Give their pets the attention they deserve. Coming up, we'll chat with a cat expert about some fun ways to play with your cat and offer them new types of enrichment. But first, just in time for the summer, a look at some of the hottest new trends. Stay tuned.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
All right, hey, you guys, are you ready to make a fashion statement this summer? Our next guest is here to tell us how to really shine this summer for the next season, right? All right, so we're joined by Diary Sewell. Diary, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
I know, you look like you're fashionable right now.
I got my nude on. I have my nude on,
I love this.
Nude color fashion.
Nude color fashion, okay. So tell me, what is trending now in the Baltimore area for, fashion this summer?
Oh, well, exactly what we have on right now. So
okay.
I'm sporting some nude, and nude tends tends to flow from like a cream type of color to something like this earth tone here.
Right.
So it's perfect for spring, and it's perfect for our nude themed event.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us about the event a little bit before we get into the models.
So it's an annual event that we do, and it's kind of a spin on. So there's a bunch of parties that focus on white colors, right?
Okay.
So we decided to come and introduce something a little different. So we focus on nude colors and earth tones.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
vibe. It's a vibe.
I went to an all nude dinner, so that was good. But I had my clothes on. It was just nude. It was just nude colors, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Now, Shows, you got some models here for us today. Tell us about these models and what they're wearing. What are these new trends?
Absolutely. We have over there, first off, is Steve Styles of Different Regard, and he is the expert. I'm just kind of like one of his guys. But this first fashion piece right here is a new color. It's on a brighter end, but that's definitely something acceptable for this Sunday at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I like the print on there, and I also like the fact that it kind of feels like a fashion suit, a sweatsuit, but it's more. It's more
Back to the Future, because it's giving Back to the Future, baby. It's the off-white Back to the Future.
I wanted to say sophisticated. I wanted to say sophisticated and dressy.
Okay, sophisticated, dressy. I like that vibe. Okay, what else? What's next?
All right, so this brother is rocking a deeper color. And, I like the earth tones. The pants seem kind of greenish, and the shirt. Oh man, I have a shirt like that. It's
You
do?
Like, I'm not surprised.
I do. Steve designed it.
I'm not surprised. Go ahead.
Steve designed it. Yeah, but the brother is doing that. That too fits in that family of targeting the nude, the earth tones of what we're doing this Sunday.
And chest out is a demand apparently this summer. You got to have a chest out apparently in the summer.
We're members of the chess club, and I don't mean the rooks and the hooks.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, what else? What else?
That right there is the mastermind, Steve Styles.
Okay, hey.
And he's doing another one of his custom pieces. I have to get that one right there. I like it a whole lot.
Okay.
That looks more of like a chocolate design.
Okay, chocolate is in, baby.
Absolutely,
hey,
absolutely.
All right,
and nude, actually, the concept of it started with matching your skin tone. So therefore, you know, if you're chocolate, like myself, you wear some chocolate.
Okay, he said chocolate on chocolate, y'all. Okay.
Chocolate on chocolate.
All right, now where can our viewers go for more information about your event?
Oh, go to my page, Diwee_Sewell.
Okay.
So at Diwee_Sewell. So it's DIWEE _ SEWELL on Instagram.
And what time? What time is the event?
Oh, the event is this Sunday from 6 to 10 at the new Marriott in Owens Mills. So as long as you have your new fashion on, you can come on out.
All right, Baltimore. Y'all better step out there. Fashionistas arrive, okay? Thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank
Diwee.
you for having me.
Awesome.
As always.
We are in weather alert mode as we deal with the low air quality once again. Outside, it's very hazy. You can barely see in the background. We've got visibility down to 2 miles, so conditions worse than they were yesterday. Temperatures, meanwhile, in the mid-70s. Notice around the Baltimore and Washington areas, we're in that unhealthy range for our air quality index. However, the hazardous conditions, the worst air quality is toward New York and parts of Canada. That's where we have the wildfire smoke that's drifting south and impacting much of the region. We're under a code red air quality alert, and this is for all of the areas in the dark gray. Make sure that if you have to be outside, that you're limiting your time outdoors and avoiding strenuous activities. Temperatures, on the other hand, mainly in the 70s. It's pretty mild outside. We're heading to the upper 70s and the low 80s this afternoon, staying slightly below average. Notice we do stay dry. We have a cold front that's going to linger over the region. We've got winds that are out of the northwest behind that cold front, and that's what's ushering in some of that Canadian wildfire smoke that's impacting our quality of air. As we head into the night, the cold front drops south. We are looking at a nice and dry start to the day tomorrow. Then as we head later into the day, there's the chance for a few spotty showers and possible storms along parts of the eastern shore. And in southern Maryland, the Baltimore metro will stay dry for much of the day. Rain chances do increase for southern parts of the state as we head into the evening. Overnight, we stay dry and into Friday. It looks good. Air conditions will improve by then, so it's looking much better for your weekend. This afternoon, temperatures reach the upper 70s and the low 80s with hazy conditions and patchy smoke. The air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups tomorrow, not as bad as it is today, but on Friday, we're back to that moderate range and things will be a little bit better. Temperatures today reach 81. We are under weather alert again. 79 tomorrow, still hazy. Mid-70s on Friday with the next chance for showers and storms. 80s on Saturday and Sunday. We've got rain to start off the upcoming work week, and temperatures rise after that. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Purina.
All right, people with cats love their quirky and instinctive personalities. Joining us today is Alex Johnson, an animal enrichment specialist for Purina, who is encouraging cat owners everywhere to become cat advocates. Welcome, Alex Johnson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so talk to me. What is a cat advocate?
That's a great question. A cat advocate is someone who advocates for their cat's health and well-being, really putting emphasis on that daily happiness. So carving out moments throughout the day where they're engaging in quality time. And one of the best ways to spend that time together is through play. Play helps our cats by stimulating them mentally and physically, as well as it can lower cortisol levels, which is closely associated with stress and anxiety. It helps with brain development. But the most important thing as a pet owner is it helps us build communication. So the more we play with our cats, the more they're going to learn about what's okay and not okay with us, and likewise what we can learn about them as their preferences, what's okay and not okay on their end. So play is a really important part of being a cat owner and keeping them happy and healthy. But there's positive and negative ways to engage with our cats, so we have to be mindful of that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what are some examples of things that you shouldn't do when playing with your cats?
So I'm sure you've seen a lot of these cat trends and challenges on social media that are asking pet owners to provoke a reaction from their cat. Oftentimes these can be positive reactions, which is wonderful, but I've seen a lot of these that are asking to provoke a negative reaction by triggering fear, anger, frustration, or confusion, which can be really detrimental to the relationship we've worked so hard to build with our cats. So we want to be really mindful about what are these activities we're bringing into our home and introducing to our relationship with our cat. And one way to gauge if something's okay or not is to consider, would I do this with a small child? I think there's a lot of similar repercussions that can happen in engaging with cats.
All right, now how do our pet owners encourage interactive play?
So I always try to tell pet owners that they can dedicate or commit 15 minutes a day to undivided attention. And this is really about carving out a specific time where you're giving all of your attention to your cat, turning off all electronic devices, asking other family members or roommates to go to another room. And this is really about that time spending together. But we want to be mindful of the space that we're in with them. So we're going to want to seek them out in a place that they feel comfortable and confident, and they're not always ready to play immediately. So one of the ways that we can entice them is by playing simple motion activities. And one of the things you can use is Frisky's Playfuls. We've designed a treat at Purina that rolls and causes a regular motion, which entices cats, gets them visually stimulated, up, moving around, and chasing after the treat, which makes them more hungry for more activity.
Can you tell our viewers how they can get more information?
Absolutely. You can go to purina.com/frisky/cat-treats.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks for all the info.
Thank you, too.
All right. A new debate is going online after some people said they keep their butter on the counter and not in the fridge. Coming up, what health experts are saying about it.
This Fox 45 News segment is sponsored by Chime Medical Center.
It's that time of the year when we celebrate Dad, and you can win extra spending money every day from now until June 15th. Grab your phone and scan this or this code, this QR code for your chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. Play our Father's Day Pop Quiz Trivia Contest. Get the question right, and you could win the daily prize of a $100 Visa gift card. Again, scan the QR code to get the Father's Day Pop Quiz Trivia question of the day. Good luck. All right, a new trend on TikTok is dividing the internet. Some people say they store their butter, not in the fridge, but on the kitchen counter. So can you do that? The FDA recommends butter only go on refrigerator for a day or two, but some chefs call the guidance outdated. All right, let's see. What are y'all saying? What's the thought process here?